Basically, like if we have like there are two options only for her at this moment available in India. So one is Zolgensma, so that is a one-time gene therapy, and it costs around 16 CR at this moment. It includes shipping and all these things, customs and all, like
tax, GST, everything included.
Kashvi deserves hers too. But time is running out. Zolgensma costs rupees 16 crore. And it must be given before Kashvi turns 3. That's just 4 months away. She's fighting. But she can't do it alone.
We never thought that we have to do something like that. Like, we contribute in Milap and everything.
I was thinking in that way, like why us, why me? So I thought like maybe, like we can do things for her. So that's why she came to us. So I was thinking in that way also. Yeah, but it's tough.
You can help Kashvi win. You can help her walk. You can help her breathe, live and dream again. Scan to donate. Every second matters. Every rupee counts. So do your bit now.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
Hello and welcome. You're watching Live and Breaking at 1:30 p.m. I am Tanisha Avasthi. There's a heated debate in the Bihar Assembly as well as the Parliament over the revision of voter list in the state of Bihar. A huge political storm that has erupted on that story. We're getting you that and a lot more in this edition. But first, a quick check of the headlines. Prime Minister Modi embarks for a 2-nation visit to the United Kingdom and Maldives. This is Prime Minister's first stop, the United Kingdom. ECI kickstarts process for new Vice President to notify today to political parties to nominate the Vice President candidate soon. Government has denied opposition's demand of farewell speech to the former Vice President of India, Jagdeep Dhankhar. A 16-hour debate on Operation Sindoor has been scheduled for the next coming up week in the Parliament.
अरे तुम तो बहुत बच्चे न थे। पटना शहर में भी शाम में कोई निकलता था। चुनाव आयोग में हलफनामा दिया है, कोई विदेशी घुसपैठिए का कहीं भी जिक्र नहीं है।
Opposition raises special intensive revision electoral rolls in Bihar Assembly. Protest held in the Bihar Assembly and the Parliament as well. Fierce face-off between Nitish Kumar and Tejaswi Yadav. Akhilesh Yadav holds party meeting in Parliament Mosque with party MPs, BJP leaders to stage protests today. Uttar Pradesh STF busts fake embassy operating in Ghaziabad, accused Harshvardhan Jain arrested. Pakistan's Shaheen 3 long-range ballistic missile test fails. Damage pattern suggests propulsion malfunction and flight structural failure. And starting this edition with the breaking news that's coming in, and this is in regard with a fake embassy that has been busted in Uttar Pradesh. The Noida unit of the Uttar Pradesh STF busted an illegal embassy that was operating in Ghaziabad and arrested Harshvardhan Jain, son of JD Jain, resident of Kalvi Nagar in Ghaziabad. This is a case that has come to light. Accused has been arrested in the fake West Africa embassy. There are pictures of him wherein he is faking his identity as that of an ambassador. Visuals of that are on your screens right now. This case has come to light from Ghaziabad in Uttar Pradesh. In 2011, he was found in possession of an illegal satellite phone for which a case was also registered. Harshvardhan, the man that you see on your screen, the accused had a past connection with Chandraswamy and Anandan Khagoshi, an international arms dealer. Soumya, my colleague, is joining me live on the broadcast on that story. Soumya, talk to us about the details of the case. When was it found that this man was running a fake embassy in Ghaziabad? How was it busted?
Well, yes, Tanisha, as you mentioned, that the fake embassy was busted by the Uttar Pradesh's unit of the STF. And apparently, this fake embassy was running there in Ghaziabad's Kavi Nagar. It was a rented place there. KB 35 was the house number. Apparently, this individual, Harshvardhan, posed himself as a counselor or the ambassador of West Africa, the fake embassy West Africa that he was running there. Not just that, along with West Africa, he also posed that the embassy also belonged to countries like Sabroga and Ladonia. And with that, he also mobbed his images with the president and the prime minister and other senior dignitaries as well. And not just that, it came into highlight because he was working as a broker with the companies or the individuals who wanted to secure a job in foreign countries. And with that, he also used to run Hawala rackets through shell companies. So these were the things that got him under inspection by the STF. And with that, he, in 2011, as he correctly mentioned, he was in touch with 2 international arms dealers. And with that, in 2011, in Kavi Nagar itself, there was a case registered against him because he was in possession of an illegal satellite phone. So these are the developments that we're picking up at the moment, Tanisha.
Right, Soumya, thank you very much for getting us those details. Moving across to some other stories that we are getting, this one again is from the state of Uttar Pradesh, where there is a huge controversy over alleged political visit of the Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav in a mosque. And this is because the BJP claims that he held a political meeting inside a mosque. It is the Uttarakhand Waqf Board chairman Shadab Shams who accused the Samajwadi Party president Akhilesh Yadav of using the mosque on Parliament Street in the national capital for political meeting and demanded an apology from him, saying it had hurt Muslim sentiments. This as he was reacting to pictures that were shared by the MP Dharmendra Yadav on the social media platform X, in which Akhilesh Yadav can be seen sitting along with several party MPs, including his wife Dimple Yadav, party MP from Rampur Maulana Mohalbil Naqvi, and Sambhal MP Shafiqur Rahman Bark inside the mosque. We have many reactions on that top story. Let's listen in.
देखिए, जो बीजेपी के लोग हैं, मुझे तो हैरानी होती है और एक तरह से कहूँ तो हंसी आती है कि वो लोग कह रहे हैं कि समाजवादी पार्टी मस्जिद की धार्मिक की राजनीति कर रही है। वो लोग अपने गिरेबान में झांके, ये राजनीति वही करते हैं और वही काफ़ी है इस प्रकार की राजनीति करने के लिए। हम धर्म की राजनीति नहीं करते, हम हक और इंसाफ की, सच की राजनीति करते हैं। जहाँ तक मीटिंग का मतलब होता है, मैं पूछना चाहता हूं कि अगर हमें मीटिंग करने के लिए क्या हमारे लिए कोई जगह कम पड़ गई है संसद के अंदर? हमारे पास क्या कोई स्थान बाहर नहीं है पार्टी कार्यालय का? क्या
जिस तरह से सारे सांसद वहां पर गए, कहा जा रहा है कि पार्टी मीटिंग के लिए इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, वोट बैंक की राजनीति कर रहे हैं अखिलेश।
ये बताइए, मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूं, अगर आप इनवाइट करें अपने घर पर या अपनी कोई संस्था पर, अपने कार्यालय पर, तो क्यों मना करेगा? मुहिबुल्लाह साहब ने, उन्होंने इन्वाइट किया था हम राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष अखिलेश यादव जी को कि वहाँ बुलाने के लिए, तो उस मकसद से वहाँ पे हमारे नेता माननीय अखिलेश जी विजिट करने के लिए गए थे। मीटिंग करने का कोई औचित्य नहीं है, ये सिर्फ मुद्दा बनाने की बात है। और रही बात मस्जिद के सम्मान की बात, हम भी करते हैं, कहीं कोई गलत नहीं चीज़ होनी चाहिए। इस प्रकार से जो लोग उंगली उठा रहे हैं, मैं उनसे ये आखिरी बात आपसे कह के ख़त्म करना चाह रहा हूँ, जो उंगली उठा रहे हैं उनसे पूछिए, जब मसाजिद को, मदारिस को ये बीजेपी सरकार निशाना बनाती, तब कहाँ ये लोग जाके छुप जाते?
आखिरी सवाल है कि भाजपा जो है जुम्मे के दिन प्रदर्शन करना चाहती है मस्जिद के बाहर, उन्होंने कहा है कि हम इस मुद्दे को उठाएंगे, ये सब नहीं अलाउ किया जाएगा।
जो ये चीज़ कह रहे हैं, मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ, तो फिर उन लोगों को भी इस चीज़ के लिए फिर सुनिश्चित करना चाहिए पूरे प्रदेश और देश के अंदर, जहाँ पर धार्मिक स्थल के अंदर अगर कोई धर्म का नेता चाहे मंदिर के अंदर भी जा रहा है, तो उनको सब जगह उन पर भी राजनीति के ऊपर रोक लगानी चाहिए। उसके बाद में फिर इस प्रकार का सवाल खड़ा कर सकते हैं।
Akanksha is joining me live from Vijay Chowk on that. Akanksha, huge political storm that has erupted over Akhilesh Yadav alleged political meeting that was held inside a mosque premises. Now, the BJP claims that it was a political meeting, but what's the background story? What was this political meeting all held for?
You see, Tanisha, as far as this entire controversy is concerned, let me put this into perspective. This photo has come to the fore on social media in which Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav, along with his wife Dimple Yadav and several other MPs were seen inside a mosque that is right up opposite to the Parliament of India. In fact, point to be noted here is that the Samajwadi Party MP is the head of this mosque, and they all were seen in the visual sitting in that mosque that has come to the fore, and that on that Bharatiya Janata Party has said that in fact Samajwadi Party has turned that mosque into Samajwadi Party's unofficial office. And now not just the Bharatiya Janata Party but Uttarakhand Waqf Board chairman has also reacted on this, and he has said that the mosque area cannot be used for the purpose of by the political parties, and there should be an apology should be given by Akhilesh Yadav, Dimple Yadav and all the other Samajwadi Party MPs who were present there. But this has definitely turned into a big controversy is what we are learning. BJP is all set to do a protest also as far as this entire controversy is concerned. They are saying that you cannot turn the mosque, which is right opposite to the Parliament of India, into unofficial Samajwadi Party office, as that has hurt the sentiments of the Muslim community.
Right, Akanksha, thank you very much for getting us those details. On your screen are the pictures of that exact meeting that was held inside a mosque in the Parliament Street in the national capital. On your screen are several Samajwadi Party MP. The meeting is being headed by the Samajwadi Party chief, Akhilesh Yadav himself. In attendance is his wife, Dimple Yadav, who's also a Samajwadi Party MP. Ikra Hassan, Samajwadi Party MP, Ziaur Rahman Bark, a controversial Samajwadi Party MP, and others. Moving on to some other stories that we're tracking, a massive ruckus was witnessed in the Bihar Assembly on Wednesday between the RJD and the BJP over the SIR issue. The RJD leader Tejasvi Yadav said his party does not oppose, but the process that is required, there should be transparency, and the Election Commission should have worked impartially. Just few minutes back, there was a heated argument, a heated debate that was held inside the Bihar Assembly between Tejasvi Yadav and Nitish Kumar. Let's first have a look at that.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट में मामला अध्यक्ष महोदय चल रहा है और कल ही चुनाव आयोग ने एफिडेविट चुनाव आयोग में हलफनामा दिया है 780 पेजों का। उस 780 पेज में कोई विदेशी, नेपाली, बांग्लादेशी, म्यांमार, घुसपैठे का कहीं भी जिक्र नहीं है, कहीं भी जिक्र नहीं है। तो आप जब इलेक्शन कमीशन नहीं मान रहा है, जब इलेक्शन कमीशन नहीं मान रहा है कि कोई घुसपैठिया नहीं है, कोई भी, अरे भाई सुन लो ना,
आप अपनी बात कहिए ना, अपनी बात कहिए।
कोई बाहर, वही विदेशी के वोट से नरेंद्र मोदी प्रधानमंत्री बन गए, वही विदेशी वोट से नरेंद्र मोदी जी प्रधानमंत्री बन गए। अरे तू चुनाव जीत गए।
नेता विरोधी दल, इधर देख के बात करिए ना, इधर देख के बोलिए, बोलिए इधर देख के, उधर क्यों देखते हैं आप? इधर देखो यार, इधर क्या देखो? बैठिए बैठिए प्रेम जी, बैठिए, बैठे बैठे मत बोलिए, बैठ जाइए। आप भी बैठे बैठे मत बोलिए, बोलिए।
फेब्रुवरी एक
नेता बोल रहे हैं, आपके नेता।
एक मिनट अध्यक्षवादी, अभी दूध का दूध, पानी का पानी हम कर देते हैं। अभी सुनो भाई, बीजेपी के 52,986 पंजीकृत बीएलए ने कभी भी विदेशी नागरिकों के मामले चुनाव आयोग के सामने नहीं उठाए। बीएलए
आपको जो इस संबंध में कहना कहिए ना, ये आरोप प्रत्यारोप का जगह नहीं भैया। ये विषय वैसा नहीं कि इसमें आरोप प्रत्यारोप किया जाए।
अरे भाई जानते हो, बच्चा न हो, अरे तुम तो बहुत बच्चे न थे। अब जानते हो पटना शहर में भी शाम में कोई निकलता था, कोई शाम में घर से बाहर जाता था।
Meanwhile, today, that is on the third day of the monsoon session of the Parliament, the Parliament was rocked by protest over the ongoing voter roll revision in Bihar, with opposition MPs raising slogans and carrying placards both inside and outside the House. Ruckus in the Parliament led to the washout of proceedings in both the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha on day 2 of the monsoon session. Opposition members were seen trooping to the well of the House, demanding a rollback of the SIR exercise, leading it to adjournment of both the houses. In fact, similar cases was witnessed today as well. Take a look at these reactions that we're tracking on that top story.
You all are stating that it is the MHA's prerogative and not the ECI. Why so?
See, what we are seeing in Bihar is going to spread across states. That if you are a BJP sympathizer, you will be allowed to vote. And if you have voted against the BJP in the past, your vote would be stolen. This vote bandi, this vote fascism, we are protesting against, and we want the Prime Minister and Home Minister, who have a special role in the appointment of Chief Election Commissioners and Election Commissioners, for them to be present. The government must specify inside the House on which date they will take up SIR, on which date they will take up Pahalgam for discussion.
All right, shifting our focus to some big breaking news that's coming in, and this is in regard with Air India being pulled up and being sought a report from the DGCA. Air India CEO Campbell Wilson and DGCA DG Faiz Siddiqui has been called by Civil Aviation Secretary for a meeting in the Ministry of Civil Aviation Office with the submissions of 1 month after the crash. The Air India CEO has to submit a detailed report on check and maintenance of the Boeing and the Airbus after AI-171 crash, and the DGCA have to also now brief the Secretary on what actions and notices have been served to the airlines and what did they follow. The meeting has been called at 7 p.m. today, a big Republic impact after Republic relentlessly reported the AI-171 crash after we flagged many snags that were reported in multiple flights of Air India. It is now the Civil Aviation Ministry that has swung into action, has called Air India and the DGC officials, asking them about the probe report on how far has the probe reached as far as the time period is concerned. That is nearly 1 month after the AI-171 crash. Harsha is joining me on that top story. Harsha, what are the details of the meeting that will be held at the Ministry of Civil Aviation? Who all have been called and what is the Ministry of Civil Aviation seeking?
So, Tanisha, there's a very important meeting which the Minister of Civil Aviation has called of the DGCA, DG Faiz Siddiqui and Air India CEO Campbell Wilson. And we have got to know that this is a very important meeting because after AI-171 crash, the Ministry of Civil Aviation wants the DGCA, DG and Air India CEO Campbell Wilson to exactly tell what they have done what spot checks have been done, what DGCA had issued the notices to Air India, and whether Air India has complied by those notices or not. The entire more than 1 month report will be given by Air India CEO Campbell Wilson and DGCA DG, what actions they have taken to the Ministry of Civil Aviation, and therefore the Secretary Sameer Sinha will himself be holding this very important meeting. They both have been called at 7 p.m. late in the evening. The meeting likely will go on till 10 o'clock, but yes, 7 p.m. in the evening is the scheduled time for the meeting. Back to you.
Right, Harsha, thank you very much for getting us those details. This remains as one of our top focus story here on Republic. Relentless campaign by Republic has now forced the Ministry of Civil Aviation to swing into action and seek a report from the DGCA and Air India. With that, it's time for us to have a quick check of the other stories that you're tracking in Bharat in 1 minute.
Bharat 1 Minute brought to you by Canara Bank. Together we can.
Small traders staged a symbolic protest against the Commercial Tax Department's recent notices in Karnataka. Owners of bakeries and condiment outlets suspended the sale of milk, tea and coffee for the day, wearing black badges in protest. The agitation is part of growing backlash from small-scale vendors who they say are being unfairly treated. A major security breach has been reported at Jammu Central Jail, where a smartphone was recovered from within the high-security premises that house several dreaded commanders of terrorist outfits Hizbul Mujahideen, Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar-e-Toiba. The Jammu and Kashmir police have taken cognizance of the incident and FIR has been registered at the Jammu police station. The recovered device is being sent for forensic analysis to ascertain any potential security implications and communication details. The Karnataka Lokayukta is conducting simultaneous raids on 8 government offices across multiple districts, including Bengaluru, following specific tip-offs alleging possession of assets disappropriated to their known sources of income. The searches are currently underway and further details are awaited as the investigation progresses. Kalaburagi remains as one of the places where the Lokayukta is conducting raids. We, however, have no initial details on what the raids are regarding, but 8 locations in Karnataka are facing raids that are being conducted by the Lokayukta. All right, with that, it's time for us to slip into a short break. But after the break, getting into the details of what has been discussed in the BAC meeting regarding debate on Operation Sindoor in the Parliament next week. Election Commission of India kickstarts the process for new Vice President. ECI to notify today to political parties to nominate the Vice President candidates soon.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
MDH की देगी मिर्च
देगी मिर्च का तड़का अंग अंग फड़का
MDH की देगी मिर्च
Breaking news coming in. A special investigation team is set to probe the shocking Dharmastala mass burial case that has formed a dedicated team of 20 officers. The team will be carrying out an in-depth investigation into the mysterious incident that has triggered widespread public concern amid mounting outrage over allegations of crimes against women and discovery of unidentified graves in the temple town of Dharmastala. The Karnataka government has handed over this investigation to a special investigation team led by senior IPS officer. 20 teams have already been formed. Sri Lakshmi is joining me on the broadcast on that top story. Sri Lakshmi, talk to us about what exactly the story is, the background of the story, and how did this case come to light, after which a special investigation team has been formed. All right, I believe I have lost that connection with Sri Lakshmi. Sri Lakshmi, if you can just switch your mic on and talk to us about when was the case found out, when did it come to light, and when did it come to notice of the Karnataka Congress government? All right, we seem to have lost that connection again with Sri Lakshmi, but these are the top details that is coming in as far as the shocking case of Dharmastala mass burial row is concerned. This is a case from Karnataka where there are skulls of women that have been found, and it dates back to nearly hundreds of years. For the same, the issue was raised by the whistleblower in the court in Karnataka last week. The Karnataka government had then said that they are ready to take up the case and a proper investigation will be formed. A team will be formed to talk about the case and to probe the allegations of the whistleblower. Sri Lakshmi is back with us on the line. Sri Lakshmi, talk to us about when did the Karnataka government find out about the case, and how is the probe proceeding further?
After Saujanya case, now there is another case which is coming up regarding Dharmastala, and a secret person who comes directly into the SP office of South Canara and says that he files a complaint saying that he has buried so many dead bodies, secretly. And now he's ready to.
All right, Sri Lakshmi, please stay with us because I'm getting big breaking news coming in. This one again from Karnataka, and this is over the row over UPI, where Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah is set to hold a key meeting with the trade bodies and senior officials today to address the ongoing GST confusion affecting digital lenders and fintech players, with startups receiving tax notices over UPI-linked credit lines. The state government is under pressure to find a resolution. The meeting aims to protect Bengaluru's digital economy and prevent investor panic. Sri Lakshmi continues to stay with me. Sri Lakshmi, what is this UPI row that has now emerged in the state of Karnataka?
Here, the state GST department, which comes under the state government, has issued random notices to street vendors and small businessmen all across the state. And the notice claimed that they are supposed to pay lakhs and lakhs of rupees tax to state government through this commercial tax department. And now the businessmen and vendors are against these notices, and they are raising a campaign urging boycott of UPI. Based on the UPI transactions, these notices have been issued to vendors. So they are saying that they're not ready to use UPI itself. And in a unique form of protest, traders in Bengaluru, they are distributing roses to all the vendors and saying, requesting to support them for this bandh which they are going to do tomorrow. On 25th also they are going to, shut down their shops, and they'll be participating in bandh. And they are requesting Chief Minister of Karnataka to take back these notices and conduct these tax thing in a very organized way. Now, since 3 years, they are not aware of this tax thing. They have not registered under GST, and no information for vendors that they are supposed to pay these taxes. Now, all of a sudden, government commercial tax department issues notices to vendors saying that they are supposed to pay around 30 lakhs, 50 lakhs tax. Now, Chief Minister of Karnataka is conducting a meeting by 3 o'clock today with officers. It is for us to wait and watch what decisions is he going to come up with regarding these vendors and tax collection. It is said that Chief Minister has given a target to this commercial tax department to collect a certain number of tax, a certain amount of tax. That's why these notices have been issued. Back to studio.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Sri Lakshmi, for getting us those details. A fresh controversy that has now erupted in Karnataka. Remains to be seen on what the Karnataka government takes as a next step. It's time for us to now slip into a short break. But after the break, we'll get into the details of how the government has denied the opposition's demand for a farewell speech to the ex-Vice President of India, Dhankhar. Also after the break are the details of Prime Minister's itinerary to the two-nation visits starting from the United Kingdom and then to Maldives. All this and much more coming up after the break. Don't go anywhere. Republic is live and breaking.
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग शिप भी बन सकती है।
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
जीरा मसाला सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल्दी और जीरा सिप MDH का जीरा सिप
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूम देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
A very good afternoon, viewers. It's 2 p.m. and you're watching Republic TV. I'm Deepak Suresh Kumar. The Parliament proceedings, day 3 of monsoon session, has resumed in the Lok Sabha. Let's cut across to the...
जब बिल की अपॉर्चुनिटी आई है, आप अनुसूचित जाति के भी अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं देंगे, ये अच्छी बात नहीं है. Kindly, my request is kindly go back and be seated. Let there be a discussion. Let there be on the discussion of the STs of Goa. I'm requesting you. Last 2 days we have lost precious time. Kindly go back and be seated. We lost very precious time. Today is a very important bill. Today is a very important bill, sir. You all know. It is with respect to the STs of Goa. अनुसूचित जनजाति का बिल है. Kindly allow the bill to be discussed. Kindly allow the no, ये ऐसा नहीं चलेगा. We have already told you cannot bring the placards. You cannot bring the placards like this. Kindly be seated. I am requesting you, sir. Please be seated. I am again requesting you. This is a very important bill. It's a very, very important bill. Please be seated. अभी ये लगता है, in spite of my repeated request, you don't want any discussion on Anusuchit Jati. You don't want any discussion on the STs of Goa. It's very unfortunate. It is very, very unfortunate that you don't want any discussion on STs of Goa. सदस्यों, सभा की कार्यवाही गुरुवार दिनांक 24 जुलाई 2025 को प्रातः 11 बजे तक स्थगित की जाती है.
Well, there you heard it from the Lok Sabha speaker there in the chair. He has adjourned the parliament session, and this after the opposition was unrelenting in its protests, brought in placards and staged a protest in the lower house, disrupting the proceedings. Now let's cut across to Rajya Sabha and see what's happening there.
Retain all provisions of the carriage of votes by C Act. That was enacted in 1925. Stated in the Government of Office and reasons of the bill. This is to bring in this modern legislation in order to facilitate.
Please stop. Your speech is unfinished. You can speak again tomorrow. Now, the House stands adjourned to meet at 11 a.m. on Thursday, the 24th July 2025.
Viewers, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha have been adjourned till tomorrow, and this owing to the unruly behavior of the opposition. The stalemate continues, and opposition there once again not letting the parliament proceedings to happen as per the list of businesses for the day. We have Akanksha also joining us live. Akanksha, another day, another washout of parliament proceedings, thanks to the opposition's unruly behavior and their hooliganism, as stated by Giriraj Singh.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll get Akanksha back with us, but right now what we understand is that day 3 of the monsoon session has met the same fate as yesterday. It has been adjourned till tomorrow, and the parliament will resume for its normal proceedings tomorrow. And the Lok Sabha speaker there clearly stating that the government has listed the readjustment of representation of STs in Goa, and he said that this is an important bill which deserves a discussion, and a time will be allocated for the issues by the opposition. But Akanksha, once again, the opposition is back with its, bloc parliament proceedings, style of operations in the lower house as well as the upper house. They have been adjourned till tomorrow. Tell us about this particular blockade, Akanksha.
Well, absolutely. You see, Deepak, just 3 minutes into the commencements of the proceeding in Lok Sabha, it got adjourned, and 4 minutes into the proceedings in Rajya Sabha, it also got adjourned. And this is something that we've been witnessing in the last 3 days, a deja vu of sorts, not just in this specific session of the parliament, but in the last few sessions as well.
Right, Akanksha, like you mentioned, it was just 3 minutes into the proceedings, and yet again it has been completely washed out. It has been marred by parliamentary protests by the opposition. In fact, we also have reactions coming in. Let's cut across.
Opposition party leaders have now started the protest at the Makar Dwar of the Parliament. Behind me could clearly be seen opposition party leaders who are here with the placard and sloganeering at the Makar Dwar of the Parliament. All the opposition parties, RJD, Samajwadi Party, DMK, Congress, and all the floor leaders and MPs are here protesting, wearing the black outfit, and many are wearing the black band on their wrist as well. These are the visuals from the Makar Dwar of the Parliament, as the opposition MPs have quoted that this is the foremost and major issue, that SIR should be quit, and there is the major discrepancy in the electoral rolls exercise which has been done by the Election Commission of India. You all are stating that it is the MHA's prerogative and not the ECI. Why so?
See, what we are seeing in Bihar is going to spread across states. That if you are a BJP sympathizer, you will be allowed to vote. And if you have voted against the BJP in the past, your vote would be stolen. This vote bandi, this vote fascism, we are protesting against. And we want the Prime Minister and Home Minister, who have a special role in the appointment of Chief Election Commissioners and Election Commissioners, for them to be present. The government must specify inside the House on which date they will take up SIR, on which date they will take up Pahalgam for discussion.
Viewers, Bihar voter list has once again taken center stage, where you heard the opposition, they're crying foul every single day, and the government has also responded. We have Chirag Paswan as well as Jagdambika Pal's responses coming in. Let's listen in.
I fail to understand why this deadlock is prevailing. If now government is ready, on the floor of the House, if Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju ji, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh ji, MOS Mr. Arjun Ram Meghwal ji has categorically said that now if any resolutions, either any subject will bring to the notice Honorable Speaker and Business Advisory Committee under rules, it will decide. So now government is ready to respond. Government is ready to reply on any discussions. Now it is only to Speaker. But why they are just playing play cards? This is the, I think so, unprecedented, unparliamentary. Now member of parliament, even I was on chair, I have made a request to Rahul Gandhi. Please kindly you ask to your member of parliament, they should vacate the well and the house should be in law order. I will allow to everybody. But he not. They are mentally prepared. They have decided. Today now they are protesting in front of, I think so, Lok Sabha. Why? If now already time has been allocated for the Operation Sindoor, for Pahalgam, 16 hours. So even if they want to discussion, even on the SIR subject also, so they must bring into the form of the resolutions. And the Business Advisory Committee will decide, the Speaker will decide, government is ready to reply.
So, but in the last 2 days, we have only seen adjournments after adjournments. What message do you want to give to the opposition parties? Yesterday, JP Nadda also said there should be debate and not disruption in the parliament.
I think the parliament is only meant for debate, discussions and decisions. So whether opposition has any faith in debate, discussion, they are only disrupting from last 3 days without any issue, without any agenda. So I think that they don't have any agenda. So now they are trying to set only agenda for the Bihar elections.
मेरी समझ में नहीं आता कि ऑपोजिशन चाहता क्या है। आप जब बार बार शिकायत करते हैं, क्या ये बात सही नहीं है कि लोकसभा चुनाव के बाद आप ही लोग गए थे चुनाव आयोग के पास शिकायत करने? महाराष्ट्र चुनाव को अभी तक ये लोग गिनाते रहते हैं कि किस तरीके से वहां पे वोटर लिस्ट के साथ धांधली की गई, ड्यूप्लीकेसी ऑफ द वोट का बार बार ये लोग जिक्र करते हैं। तो जब आपकी ये शिकायत रही है और उस शिकायत को मानते हुए चुनाव आयोग ने इस प्रक्रिया का इस्तेमाल किया है, जहां पे एक इंटेंसिव रिव्यू किया जा रहा है, जिसके माध्यम से इस बात को सुनिश्चित किया जाए कि जो वोटर है, जो अधिकृत व्यक्ति है, सिर्फ वही मतदान का इस्तेमाल करे, ना कि कोई घुसपैठिया या कोई दूसरा व्यक्ति आके। और कई बार ये भी देखा गया कि वोटर लिस्ट में धांधली इस तरीके से भी होती है कि जो व्यक्ति मर गया होता है उसके नाम पे वोट चल रहा होता है। तो इन सारी चीजों को रेक्टिफाई करने के लिए ये रिव्यू जरूरी है। और ऐसा तो नहीं है कि पहली बार ये किया जा रहा है, आजादी के बाद 4 बार ये हो चुका है। और जब इससे पहले भी हुआ था उस प्रक्रिया में और आज की प्रक्रिया में क्या नई चीज जुड़ी है, ये विपक्ष बता दे। भाई इनके समय में भी ये प्रक्रिया हुई है। आप मुझे बता दीजिए कि उस वक्त से लेके अभी तक कोई एक चीज अगर बदली है तो वो सिर्फ टेक्नोलॉजी का इस्तेमाल बदला। पहले फिजिकली जाके हर डॉक्यूमेंटेशन आपको देना पड़ता था, अब आप ऑनलाइन के माध्यम से भी आप अपने डॉक्यूमेंटेशन आप सबमिट कर सकते हैं। उसके बाद भी अगर आपको कहीं पे लगता है कि भैया कुछ गलत हुआ है तो आप 3 बार आप अपील आप उसमें दाखिल कर सकते हैं। बट उसके बावजूद इसको लेकर एक ये माहौल तैयार करना, हकीकत ये है विपक्ष जानता है कि भैया चुनाव वो बिहार में जीतेंगे है नहीं। बंगाल में भी इन लोग के हालात ठीक नहीं है, तो पहले ईवीएम पे ठीकरा फोड़ा जाता था, अब वोटर लिस्ट को एक बहाना बनाया।
Moving on, viewers, Pakistan's missile dreams have literally gone up in smoke. The Shaheen 3, the much hyped missile by Pakistan, which claims is Islamabad's response to India's Agni arsenal, has once again been exposed because Shaheen 3 missile, which Pakistan has been hyping about, quite literally, it was nothing but a dud. It fell near a village in Dera Bhakti. It's a long-range missile that didn't even survive long enough to have and also to leave this particular district. And sources have also suggested that a major propulsion failure or in-flight breakup was the reason for this missile mishap. It's again a miss by a Pakistani missile, and this is what Pakistan has been claiming as its response to India's Agni arsenal. In fact, we have retired Major General Rajan Kochar also joining us live on this broadcast. A very good afternoon to you, Major General. Pakistan, which claims that Shaheen 3 is a fitting response, so-called fitting response to India's Agni arsenal, has once again fallen flat. It has nothing but turned into a dud. Major General, how do you look at the situation for Pakistan, which is quite literally depending on the leftovers from China?
Yes, you're absolutely right. You know, it is an indication that to what extent Pakistan is trying to compare itself with our own missile systems. As you rightly said, Shaheen 3 is comparative to our Agni 3 and our Agni 5 missile. It's a medium-range ballistic missile which Pakistan claims that it has a range of 2,750 kilometers. The reason for this failure most probably is the propulsion, because this missile actually functions on a 2 or a 3-stage propulsion, and transiting from one propulsion stage to another propulsion stage requires a great deal of technology, a great deal of expertise in their own missile systems, which I feel is lacking, because first time their Shaheen 3 missile was test fired in 2015. So you can imagine that it has taken them 10 years and still they have not been able to fix the bug in their own missile systems, trying to compare with our own India's missile capability. So I would sum it up to say that Pakistan has got a long way to go in their own missile capability. They are too much dependent on the Chinese assistance, and it won't surprise me if their Shaheen 3 has also been built with Chinese parts and the Chinese spares, which we have seen in Operation Sindoor also, their PL-15 missile, how it failed and fell down in Hisar. So I think a similar fate is in store for their other missiles also. They have a long way to go.
That's right, Major General Rajan Kochar, thank you for joining me with your insights. We also have Major General Shashi Asthana also joining us live on this broadcast. A very good afternoon to you, Major General. China's leftovers are Pakistan's assets, and Shaheen 3, the much hyped missile, has once again gone up in smokes, quite literally.
Certainly, Pakistan doesn't have the kind of indigenous technology which is required to have a successful MRBM. This is a medium-range ballistic missile, which is planned to be fired from the land-based assets. Now, if you look at, firstly, why are they looking at it? The range, that is 2750 kilometers, or that is the claimed range, basically indicates that they are also looking at hitting perhaps striking the Andaman Nicobar bases or something like that, so that the entire range of the Indian arsenal, wherever, or all Indian bases, they come under the cover of these missiles. So that is the strategic intention as far as this missile is concerned. As far as technology is concerned, they are still piggyback on technology of China or other countries. Apparently, the technology has still not matured. They've been trying it for almost a decade now. But even after a decade, they've not been able to mature a technology of a range which they claim. This is perhaps another setback as far as Pakistanis are concerned. There are a few more setbacks which Pakistanis have faced in the recent past because they were also looking at certain long-range missiles. And I think Americans have told them that why do you need a long-range missile? Because if your threat is only India, then I don't think you need anything more. So that means the ambitions thereafter are being questioned, even when the so-called Field Marshal Asif Munir was being questioned in White House. So what I am given to understand is that their missile program is firstly suspicious, secondly not indigenous, thirdly unreliable, as much as the unreliable technology of Chinese, which was being displayed in operational Sindoor. So all in all, I think they have a long way to go as far as missile development is concerned.
That's right, Major General. Thank you for joining me live on this broadcast. In fact, we also have Ishan joining us from the national capital. Ishan, Pakistan's missile dreams have quite literally gone up in smoke, and it claims that this particular missile can reach Andaman and Nicobar, but it didn't even get out of the district. It's a big slap on Pakistan's missile ambitions.
Yes, this is a big failure for Pakistan in general. They have been trying to develop this missile since the early 2000s. This was formally inducted into the Pakistan arsenal in 2015. Since 2015, they have done 3 major tests, of which 2 have failed. This was the 4th test, and this 4th test is also ended in failure. This early reports came in that this was near a Balochistan base where they had fired, and it was supposed to go for a test of 2,750 kilometers. However, it barely got out of Balochistan. Shaheen is basically a 2-stage solid fuel propelled missile system that was developed as a response to the Agni program of India, and is basically there for protecting and ensuring that India does not take any misadventures. But however, it has been seen that this is a total failure of a program, and Shaheen is basically nothing more than a dud.
That's
Shaheen
right, Ishan.
also,
Yes, go on, Ishan.
Shaheen also relies on inertial navigation and GPS-based guidance system. However, these systems are not very reliable since the control of these systems largely lie with the United States. Shaheen is basically developed after Dongfang 3 of the Chinese missile arsenal, and Dongfang 3 technology has been used to propagate this missile technology in India. However, these are unconfirmed reports, but there are very strong suggestions in design, technology, and other aspects as seen in the images of the Shaheen. The launcher system is basically 2-part. One is the ground launch system, and the other one is the trailer launch system. The trailer launch system has not been tested yet. Only the ground launch systems have been tested.
Right, Ishan, thank you for joining me with those insights. Let's now move on to more breaking news coming in. The Enforcement Directorate, viewers, has filed a case against Myntra Design for forex violation of 1,654 crore rupees. Myntra has come under the scanner of the Enforcement Directorate, which has filed a FMR complaint against the e-commerce giant for allegedly violating foreign direct investment norms. And this is now an e-commerce giant, Myntra, under the Enforcement Directorate's radar. case involving a staggering 1,654 crore rupees foreign exchange violation. And this case has been filed against the fashion platform. The Enforcement Directorate has slapped a FMR complaint citing serious violations of the India's foreign direct investment norms. And what we have to understand is that Enforcement Directorate's action is based on suspected misuse of FDI norms in the retail sector, but direct selling to consumers is restricted for certain models. And Myntra, which is owned by Flipkart, ultimately Walmart, allegedly routed funds in a way that circumvented Indian FDI rules. FMR violations of this scale often trigger such complaints, such probes by the Enforcement Directorate, which looks into the financial aspect. In fact, we also have our Executive Editor Shravan Sen joining us live. Shravan, help us understand Enforcement Directorate's heat on Myntra and what is it citing in its FMR complaint?
Well, in fact, several of the e-commerce giants have been under the scanner of the Enforcement Directorate. This comes after multiple searches were carried out at the campuses of Amazon as well as Flipkart. Now, Myntra has come under the scanner of the Enforcement Directorate because they believe that Myntra was engaging in a multi-brand retail trade, and that was in the guise of wholesale trade. Now, what's important to point out here is that under the Foreign Exchange Violations Act, there is a certain capping that is done in terms of the sales that they make through wholesale. That is roughly about 25% is what we are given to understand. In this particular case, Myntra has basically violated that. Now, that's an allegation that has been leveled by the Enforcement Directorate because they say that there is a clear contravention of about 2 sections of the Foreign Exchange Violation Act, and under which they believe that this fashion company has now violated forex violation of roughly about 1,600 crore rupees. And remember, this is a penalty that is likely to be imposed by the Enforcement Directorate, which of course the fashion company can certainly challenge this before an appellate authority once they receive this particular notice from the Enforcement Directorate. But now a confirmation coming in from the Enforcement Directorate that they have basically carried out an in-depth investigation, following which they believe that there has been a forex violation of roughly about 1,600 crore rupees.
Also, Shravan, help us understand what next for Myntra. Can it challenge Enforcement Directorate's complaint?
Well, the matter will certainly be adjudicated in an appellate authority, and certainly you would have the fashion company coming, at least putting across their response, whether at all they believe that they have followed all the rules and regulations under the Foreign Exchange Act. Now, important to point out here is that there is a declaration that has been made by them with regards to getting funds on the basis of carrying out wholesale trade. Now, it turns out that it was not exactly a wholesale trade, but it was a multi-brand retail that they were engaging in, and that comes with a certain kind of sections which have been flouted, and that is the reason why this notice has now been issued against Myntra, which of course they do have the possibility, they do have the room to challenge this, at least before an appellate authority. We haven't really heard from Myntra as yet with regards to what would exactly be their response. Are they going to challenge it immediately, or whether at all they have actually received the notice from the Enforcement Directorate? And in all likelihood, they would have had the opportunity to explain their position before the Enforcement Directorate when this matter was being investigated.
Right, Shravan, thank you for joining me with those details. Myntra is now considering all options. We'll have to wait and watch what their next move will be. But it's time for us to get you a roundup of the top stories from across the nation.
Bharat 1 Minute brought to you by Canara Bank. Together we can.
Air India CEO Campbell Wilson and DGCA DG called by Civil Aviation Secretary for a meeting with the submissions of 1 month after the crash. The Air India CEO has to submit detailed report on check and maintenance of Boeing's and Airbus after AI-171 crash. DGCA also to brief the Secretary on what actions and notices were served to airlines and did they follow it or not. The meeting is called at 7 p.m. today. Now, a unit of Uttar Pradesh STF busted an illegal embassy running in Ghaziabad. STF has also arrested Harshvardhan Jain, who was running an illegal West Arctic embassy by taking a rented house in Kavinagar, calling himself consul or ambassador of countries like West Arctica, Saborga, Polvia, Lodonia. He used to travel in vehicles with diplomatic number plates. All of them have been recovered. PM Modi has departed for a two-nation visit to the United Kingdom and Maldives. PM Modi will pay an official visit to UK from 23rd to 24th of July. Time for a quick break, viewers. On the other side, we'll tell you about government denying opposition's demand of farewell speech of former Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar. And we'll tell you more about the Prime Minister's two-nation visit as he has now embarked for this trip to UK and Maldives. And the first stop will be UK. Stay tuned.
NDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला NDH मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो, मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
PM Modi embarks for two-nation visit to UK and Maldives. PM's first stop will be the United Kingdom. ECI kickstarts the process for new Vice President. ECI to notify today to political parties to nominate VP candidates soon. Government has denied opposition's demand for a farewell speech of former Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar. A 16-hour debate on Operation Sindoor has been scheduled for next week in the Parliament. Air India CEO Campbell Wilson and DGCA DG Faiz Siddiqui have been called by Civil Aviation Secretary for a meeting in Mocha. The Air India CEO has to submit detailed report on check and maintenance of Boeing's and Airbus after AI-171 crash. Akhilesh Yadav holds party meeting in Parliament Mosque with party MPs, BJP leaders to stage protest. Pakistan's Shaheen-3 long-range ballistic missile test fails. Damage pattern suggests propulsion malfunction or in-flight structural failure. Viewers, we have some big breaking news coming in. Kiran Rijiju has met the Union Home Minister Amit Shah in his chamber. A meeting is currently underway between Rijiju and the Union Home Minister Amit Shah, and the details of the meeting will be out soon. But what we understand is that as we speak, this all-important meeting between HM Shah and Kiran Rijiju is currently underway in his chamber. That's the big breaking news that we are tracking at the moment. The details of this meeting will be accessed very, very shortly. But right now, what we are breaking here is the fact that Kiran Rijiju is meeting HM Shah in his chambers in the Parliament. It's a key meeting, viewers, that's underway between HM Shah and Kiran Rijiju. And this comes after the Parliament proceedings were adjourned till tomorrow. And the meeting is an all-important meeting between Kiran Rijiju and HM Shah, the details of which will be out very, very soon. Harsha will give us all these details. We're waiting for Harsha. And but let's now stick to the breaking news. That is, an all-important meeting is currently underway between Rijiju and HM Shah in his chamber. We have Harsha joining us live. Harsha, tell us about this meeting between Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju and HM Shah.
So yes, Deepak, there's a very important key meeting which is underway in the chamber of HM Amit Shah. It is just after the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, both houses of the parliament got adjourned, that immediately Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju rushed to the chamber of HM Amit Shah. It's a very important key meeting because what we see is that ruckus and chaos, there's a never-ending in the parliament session. Since the first day of the monsoon session, there has been continuous stormy session from the side of the opposition party. They are not letting the monsoon session run, and it was convened also from the side of the ruling party that there needs a cooperation from the side of opposition party so that the business of the house could run. But that's not happening right now, and there are also so many demands which has been raised by opposition party because they want the discussion, because they clearly want the discussion on the issue of SIR, and therefore they want the meeting to be done, and that's what Kiran Rijiju and HM are meeting right now.
Right. Also, Harsha, tell us about what the outcome of this meeting could be, because like you clearly mentioned, Kiran Rijiju is apprising HM Shah about the way opposition has been blocking the parliamentary proceedings. Tell us more, Harsha. In fact, Akanksha is joining me. Harsha, stay on with me. Akanksha, tell us more about this meeting, especially after 3 days of monsoon session being completely marred by protests by the opposition. Kiran Rijiju meeting HM Shah is a very, very big development, Akanksha.
Well, absolutely. This key meeting is currently underway, and this is in the chamber of Home Minister Amit Shah. And part of this meeting is Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju. In fact, what we're learning is that this has come after there was a stalemate as far as both the houses are concerned. As we've been reporting, Deepak, as soon as the proceedings start, they are in fact getting adjourned. And this has been happening in the last 3 days. Back to back is something we are witnessing here in the Parliament. But as far as Kiran Rijiju is concerned, remember, he has been saying that by doing these protests, the opposition leaders are wasting the money of the taxpayer. And they have said that there should be a discussion and no disruption at all. In that backdrop, what we're learning is that this crucial meeting is currently underway because opposition parties are raking up the issue of Operation Sindoor. The central government has said that they are ready to discuss that next week on Tuesday for 16 hours. But there are other issues that, in fact, the opposition parties are raking, for example, of Bihar survey. So in that backdrop, there's a lot of chaos. There was massive uproar in Parliament today. And in that backdrop, now what we're learning is that this key meeting is currently underway. That is between Amit Shah as well as Kiran Rijiju. Deepak.
Right. Akanksha, thanks so much for joining us with those details coming in. We'll keep a close eye on those minute-by-minute developments that are happening right now in the national capital. Viewers, now we shift our focus to the other big story that we're tracking for you, viewers. This is a story coming in from the national capital region, viewers. Now, this is about a unit of Uttar Pradesh STF, Noida unit of the Uttar Pradesh STF that has busted an illegal embassy operating in Ghaziabad and arrested Harshvardhan Jain. He's son of JD Jain. He is a resident of Ghaziabad, and this is an illegal embassy of sorts that was now was operating. And there you have, even there's this number plate of it. There you have the visuals of that car that has been, I believe, seized. And now we have these visuals from Ghaziabad where cash has been seized. Yes, high-end cars have also been seized. You can see these are the high-end cars that speaks of Baron West Arctica Honorary Consul. And this is a Mercedes that has been seized, the number plate of that. It's a secret embassy. UP STF, Special Task Force, has conducted raids in a rented house in Ghaziabad's Kavi Nagar. And accused Harshvardhan Jain has been arrested by the STF. And this is the breaking news we have right now. We'll try and get you more updates. But this is a... All right, my colleague Soumya is joining us live on the broadcast. For more, Soumya, tell us more about this secret embassy that was in the works from Ghaziabad.
Yes, well, Rakshita, see, the Noida unit of Uttar Pradesh STF made the arrest yesterday. A case has been registered as well under various sections of Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, that is 318, section 318, 4, 336, 338, 3 and 342. So now, at the moment, the details that we have picked up that the embassy, a fake embassy was operative here, and it was run by an individual named Harshvardhan Jain. Even the neighbors here are claiming that they saw multiple cars with different number plates for years, and the flags were also there on those cars. So now this particular individual used to run a fake embassy of West Arctica, and not just that, few other micronations as well, like Sabroga and Lodonia. With that, he also used to broker deals with companies, help broker deals with companies and individuals in the pretext of securing jobs. And not just that, he also used to run Hawala rackets via shell companies. So these are the details that we're picking up at the moment. And as the investigation moved ahead in his case, the police also found out his connection with international arms dealers like Chandraswamy and Khashoggi. And apparently in 2011, a case was registered here in Kavi Nagar police station itself, wherein he was found with an illegal satellite phone. So these are the details we have picked up. Now, when the arrest happened yesterday, police recovered a lot of things like 4 cars with diplomatic plate numbers, 12 other diplomatic plate numbers other than the car, other than those with the cars, and then there was foreign currencies that were found, 2 forged PAN cards, 2 forged press cards, foreign currencies, and also cash amount was also recovered, something around 44,70,000 to be precise. So when the arrest was made, these many details had come out after the arrest. Back to you.
Right, Soumya. In fact, you know, viewers, just stay on with us, Soumya. You also got us this conversation when you interacted with the neighbors of the, you know, the individual right now on the scanner. Let's take a listen into that, viewers.
मैंने देखा है यहाँ कम से कम 5-6 गाड़ियाँ इस मकान के आगे, और उनके ऊपर ब्लू कलर का फ्लैग लगा हुआ था, और ऐसा लगता था कि जैसे कोई इंस्टीट्यूशन का हो या कैसा हो। तो ये तो हम काफ़ी टाइम से देख रहे थे, यहाँ पे काफ़ी गाड़ियाँ यहाँ पे खड़ी हो रहती थी इस मकान के आगे, लेकिन आवागमन लोगों का या इसमें आना जाना जो है वो इतना हमने नहीं ऑब्ज़र्व किया कि कोई लोग आ रहे हैं जा रहे हैं। लेकिन हमने गाड़ियाँ बहुत खड़ी देखी थी यहाँ पे, 5-6 गाड़ियाँ, और उनके ऊपर एक फ्लैग, और उनका नंबर भी अजीब सा था, जैसे कोई आरटीओ जैसे गाज़ियाबाद का है या किसी उसका है, तो वो ऐसा लगता था जैसे कहीं बाहर का नंबर है या कुछ ऐसा नंबर है।
कितने साल से आपने कभी नोटिस किया कि कितने साल से ये सारी चीज़ें स्टार्ट हुई, कब से काज थे?
काफ़ी टाइम से मैं ये ऑब्ज़र्व कर रहा हूँ, क्योंकि मेरा रेजिडेंस पास में ही है और मैं यहाँ से निकलता बढ़ता देखता था, तो हमको भी ऐसा लग रहा था कि जैसे कोई फॉरेनर शायद यहाँ आए हुए होंगे या रहते होंगे, ये उनकी गाड़ियाँ होंगी। लेकिन ऐसा कभी ऑब्ज़र्व नहीं हुआ कि भाई ये कोई ऐसा एम्बेसी का भी मामला हो सकता है, जैसे अब सुनने में आया है कि भाई यहाँ कोई एम्बेसी चल रही थी। लेकिन ये हमें सडनली जो है ये पता चला कि भाई यहाँ पर ऐसा हो रहा है। तो ये काफ़ी टाइम से था, मैंने देखा है, ऑब्जर्व किया है मैंने यहाँ।
ये फैमिली मेंबर्स को जानते हैं आप? कितने फैमिली मेंबर्स रहते थे इधर?
ये एक्चुअली क्या है, ये बड़ी कोठियाँ हैं, यहाँ पे सब लोग रिजर्व रहते हैं और कोई फैमिली मेंबर्स हो तो हम किसी से परिचित नहीं है और ना ही है कहते हैं ये।
और पुलिस स्टेशन भी काफ़ी पास में है, तो कभी क्या ये कभी पुलिस को और इन लोगों को कभी ये नहीं हुआ कि यहाँ पे ऐसी इन नंबर प्लेट्स की गाड़ियाँ क्या करिए?
नगर जो है पुलिस चौकी पास में ही है, यहाँ से मेरे हार्डली 500 मीटर 600 मीटर दूरी पर पुलिस चौकी है और एक बहुत ही स्कूल भी पास है यहाँ पर, KDV स्कूल है यहाँ पास में ही है और काफ़ी प्रोमिनेंट लोग रहते हैं यहाँ इस इलाके में। तो लेकिन कैसे जो है ये नहीं समझ में आया।
यूपी के गाजियाबाद में फर्जी दूतावास चलाने वाले हर्षवर्धन जैन को यूपी STF ने गिरफ्तार किया। STF ने जब हर्षवर्धन जैन की गिरफ्तारी की और गाजियाबाद में जो फर्जी दूतावास बनाया गया था उस दफ्तर में पहुंची तो घर के बाहर लग्जरी गाड़ियों का एक तरीके से जखीरा खड़ा मिला। ये काले रंग की गाड़ी आप देख रहे हैं, मर्सिडीज गाड़ी है, लेकिन अमूमन जिस दूतावास में गाड़ियों का इस्तेमाल किया जाता है, झंडे लगे होते हैं, नीले रंग की जो नंबर प्लेट होती है, संभवतः वैसी ही तस्वीर आपको इस गाड़ी में भी नजर आएगी। सबसे पहले गाड़ी के फ्रंट पे आप देखेंगे झंडा जो कि किसी देश का झंडा होता है उस तरीके से यहाँ पर लगाया गया। लेकिन गौर करने वाली बात यह कि इस काले रंग की मर्सिडीज गाड़ी में जो नंबर प्लेट लगाई गई है वो अमूमन एम्बेसीज की गाड़ी में जो नीले रंग की नंबर प्लेट होती है हूबहू उसी तरीके से है। और इस नंबर प्लेट पर आप देखेंगे हॉनररी काउंसिल बैरोन वेस्ट आर्टिका जो एक कंट्री का नाम है उसका नाम यहाँ पर लिखा हुआ है। लोगो आप उस देश का यहाँ पर आपको लगा हुआ नजर आ जाएगा। और इस नंबर पर नजर डालिए DL3CAJ 6960, तो ये नंबर प्लेट आपको इस तरीके से लगी है। लेकिन ठीक इसी नीले रंग की नंबर प्लेट के नीचे आप एक सफेद रंग की नंबर प्लेट देखेंगे, उसमें CDI03 जो कि एम्बेसीज की गाड़ी में छोटे नंबरों का इस्तेमाल होता है, तो वो नंबर आपको यहाँ पर नजर आ जाएगा। और ये काले रंग की गाड़ी का इस्तेमाल इसलिए किया जाता था ताकि कोई भी शख्स जब गाजियाबाद के इस दूतावास में पहुंचे जो कि नकली दूतावास तैयार किया गया था, तो उस पर भरोसा जो है वो कायम किया जा सके, उसको लगे कि वाकई इस जगह पर जो दूतावास है वो चल रहा है। सिर्फ एक देश का दूतावास नहीं, इसी तरीके से 3 से 4 अलग अलग देशों के दूतावास किराए के घर में चल रहे थे और हर्षवर्धन जैन उसको चला रहा था।
All right, viewers, now we shift our focus to the Judge Cash scandal. Viewers, the Supreme Court today said it will constitute a bench to hear Justice Yashwant Verma's petition challenging the in-house inquiry committee's report which indicted him in the cash at residence row. Meanwhile, CJI BR Gawai recused himself from hearing the plea against Justice Verma in Supreme Court. Now, the CJI says that it won't be possible for him to take up the matter because he was also part of the committee. Meanwhile, despite the matter reaching Parliament and an impending impeachment motion against him, there has been no FIR yet against Justice Verma. And so this is the impeachment storm in the Parliament, viewers, and today the Supreme Court has spoken on that. Supreme Court has said that it will constitute a bench right now. Today, I mean, that is the latest update we have right now. And at the same time, viewers, there is the impeachment motion that is in the works in the Parliament. There's a key meeting that is underway in the Parliament as well. But the burning questions, viewers, with regards to this is why has no FIR been registered even after 4 months? Who is responsible for delaying? Why, of course, first of all, why there is no FIR yet and who is responsible for the delay in this legal process? Is the delay deliberate to protect Justice Verma? What is preventing the authorities from taking action? And also, of course, there is this procedure in the Parliament that has to be, of course, examined. There are many revelations that were made. Remember, till now, the committee held that cash and money was found in storeroom of Justice Verma's residence. This has been ascertained. And access to the storeroom was in active control of Justice Verma and his family members. Earlier, he had said he has no clue about it. Now, burnt cash or money was removed from the store room during the wee hours of 15th of February. This was removed. And later on, we saw that this video went viral after a few days. So this is the in-house panel committee's report that has been now, that has made some revelations. But despite all of that, if it was a common man, viewers, there would have been an FIR and there would have been an investigation that would have been conducted in time. There could have been a possible arrest as well. But now we have this, there's a justice, Delhi High Court's judge, who was now under scanner, and there's no FIR against him. So 4 months, no FIR. Yet, meanwhile, there is, of course, there is this impeachment motion that is in the works right now in the Parliament. There's a meeting going on as we speak. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Modi has embarked on a 2-day visit to United Kingdom. Prime Minister Modi will pay an official visit to the United Kingdom from the 23rd to 24th of July. In the second leg of this visit, Prime Minister will undertake a state visit to Maldives from the 25th to the 26th of July. Prime Minister also shared an update on social media saying that he is looking forward to talks with their Prime Minister Keir Starmer and meeting King Charles III.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has embarked on a 2-nation tour. His visit to the UK, scheduled from July 23rd to 24th, aims to strengthen bilateral ties between India and the United Kingdom. The highlight of Prime Minister Modi's visit will be the signing of the India-UK FTA, which has been under negotiation for 3 years. This agreement is expected to eliminate tariffs on 99% of Indian exports to the UK and reduce tariffs on 90% of British products.
The India-UK partnership, as you're aware, was upgraded to a comprehensive strategic partnership in 2021, and since then has seen regular high-level political exchanges, and both sides remain committed to taking this partnership to even higher levels.
According to the Ministry of External Affairs, Prime Minister Modi will hold wide-ranging discussions with his UK counterpart on the entire gamut of India-UK bilateral relations. He will hold wide-ranging talks with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer covering trade, defence, climate, innovation and education. He will also meet King Charles III. After the UK visit, Prime Minister Modi will travel to the Maldives between 25th and 26th July. He will be the guest of honour at the Maldives' 60th Independence Day celebrations. The Prime Minister is set to hold talks with President Mohammad Muizzu to strengthen bilateral ties and review progress on the India-Maldives joint vision for a comprehensive economic and maritime security partnership. The visit aims to reset and enhance India-Maldives relations, which has been strained in the recent past.
Break, viewers, but on the other side, we will get you the latest on the mystery around Dhankhar's surprise exit. The ECI has kickstarted the process for new vice president, and it will notify today to political parties to nominate the VP candidate soon. Also, on the other side, Air India CEO Campbell has been summoned. But the government, DG Faiz Siddiqui, has also been summoned by the Civil Aviation Secretary for a meeting in the Ministry of Civil Aviation's Air India CEO to submit detailed report on the checks and maintenance of Boeing's and Airbus after AI-71 crash.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates: IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the story of a 2-year-old Kashi who's battling spinal muscular atrophy type 2. Now, SMA type 2 is a rare genetic disorder that weakens the muscles, works slowly to degenerate the critical functions, and eventually makes independent mobility impossible. This little toddler urgently needs a 16 crore rupee gene therapy to survive. Kashi's parents are turning to you as they continue to fight tirelessly for her life. They need help of every Indian. Donations and shares can make a difference in Kashi's fight for a chance at a normal life. This is her story. Spread the word, contribute whatever you can. Every contribution counts.
This is 2 years, 8-month-old Kashi.
और अच्छे से.
A bundle of joy, all heart, all laughter. She is full of color, full of life. She's learning, playing, making memories. A childhood just beginning to bloom. But sometimes behind the brightest smiles, there lies a quiet shadow of something devastating. Within months, her world could change. Her muscles may stop responding. Her breath could grow weaker. Her little body might slowly shut down. This is what her future could look like. She's just 2 years, 8 months old, a smile too bright, a heart so brave, and a mind very sharp. But what's chasing her is relentless. Spinal muscular atrophy, a rare degenerative neuromuscular disease. It slowly takes away the ability to move, eat, speak, and even breathe.
What exactly was her age when you found out about this genetic disorder that she has?
So she was like 2.7 years old. Like it was detected last month in 23rd of June. Yeah, so with 23rd of June we came to know when the reports were out. So we went to a doctor and then she said like this, she is suffering from SMA and that is type 2.
Kashi is already fighting. Her muscles are growing weaker with every passing day.
Keshav, what are the symptoms that she is facing after she's discovered this genetic disorder? What are the kind of problems that she is going through after you found out that this is one of the disorder that she has?
Yeah, so luckily she didn't have any kind of, previously she used to have a lot, like she used to do coughing and she used to catch cold and every time so that was what she used to face previously. Right now, her symptoms is...
if she's sitting in a position, she will keep on sitting on that. She will request us that she wants to stand. She wants to play with other kids. So
yeah, she wants to say like, I need to stand, I need to walk. Okay, please help me to walk. Like those, like in her, these things she says like that.
She wants to do it, but her body is not supporting to do that.
Yeah.
But there is still a ray of hope. And it lies in one of the most advanced gene therapies in the world. It is called Zolgensma. Zolgensma replaces the faulty gene that causes SMA. A single infusion that treats the root of the disease, not just the symptoms. If given on time, this therapy can stop the disease before it causes irreversible damage. Children who received it early walked again, talked again, laughed again.
There are many doctors that you have consulted. What are they saying? What is the demand? What is the need that Kashvi, what is the help actually that Kashvi needs to get her childhood back?
I mean, what they're saying is we don't have any cure for this disease at this moment, but there is a preventive thing. So basically, like if we have, like there are two options only for her at this moment available in India. So one is Zolgensma. So that is a one-time gene therapy, and it costs around 16 CR at this moment. It includes shipping and all these things, customs and all, like,
Tax, GST, everything included.
Kashvi deserves hers too. But time is running out. Zolgensma costs rupees 16 crore. And it must be given before Kashvi turns 3. That's just 4 months away. She's fighting. But she can't do it alone.
We never thought that we have to do something like that. Like, we contribute in Milap and everything.
I was thinking in that way, like why us, why me? So I thought, like, maybe, like we can do things for her. So that's why she came to us. So I was thinking in that way also. Yeah, but it's tough.
You can help Kashvi win. You can help her walk. You can help her breathe, live and dream again. Scan to donate. Every second matters. Every rupee counts. So do your bit now.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDA चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDA चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
NDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला NDH मसाला।
Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
A very warm welcome, viewers. You're watching live breaking. I'm Rakshita Mishra with you, viewers. So the monsoon session has entered its day 3, and of course, all eyes are on what debates are happening. But it seems that disruptions and chaos continues. We'll get you a lowdown of what happened on day 3. First, the headlines. Prime Minister Modi embarks for 2-nation visit to UK and Maldives. Prime Minister's first stop, UK. Election Commission of India kickstarts the process for new Vice President. ECI to notify today to political parties to nominate the Vice President candidate soon. Government denies opposition's demand of farewell speech of former Vice President Dhankhar. A 16-hour debate on Operation Sindoor has been scheduled for next week in the Parliament. Air India CEO Campbell Wilson and DGCA DG Faiz Siddiqui have been called by Civil Aviation Secretary for a meeting in Ministry of Civil Aviation. The Air India CEO has to submit a detailed report on check and maintenance of Boeing's and Airbus after the AI-171 crash. Akhilesh Yadav holds party meetings in Parliament mosque with party MPs. BJP leaders to stage protest today. Pakistan's Shaheen 3 long-range ballistic missile test fails. Damage pattern suggests propulsion malfunction or in-flight structural failure. Breaking news coming in right now because the Prime Minister will intervene on Operation Sindoor discussion. Prime Minister will make statement in both houses of the Parliament on Operation Sindoor. So remember, the opposition has been demanding a debate on Operation Sindoor and has demanded the presence of Home Minister and the Prime Minister. And the Prime Minister has decided that he will make a statement on Operation Sindoor in both the houses of the Parliament. Remember, the opposition led by Rahul Gandhi, the leader of opposition in Lok Sabha, has been continuing to raise questions on Operation Sindoor. And after a lot of ruckus, we've seen a disruption in the Parliament of the past 2 days and adjournments in the Parliament, as we've seen in the previous sessions of the Parliament as well. There has been, of course, sloganeering, and there have been demands for debate on Operation Sindoor. And now we're getting to know that Prime Minister will be speaking on the operation in both houses of the Parliament. We'll try and get more updates as to when will he be speaking in the Parliament, when is that speech scheduled for. But yes, he will be speaking, and we'll try and get more updates on that. In fact, Harsha is joining us live in the broadcast. So, Harsha, the opposition had demanded that the Prime Minister be present during the debate on Operation Sindoor, and now he's going to make a statement in both the houses of the Parliament. When can we expect that?
Yes, Rakshita, you rightly pointed out, because today the BAC, which was scheduled at 12:30, when it concluded at 1 o'clock, we spoke to several opposition leaders like John Britas, Derek O'Brien, Sasmit Patra, and all the leaders and what our sources from the BAC have also confirmed us that this was a demand of the opposition party, that they want Prime Minister to intervene on Operation Sindoor and Pahalgam. And now it has been decided that Prime Minister will be speaking and making a statement in both houses of the Parliament. Lok Sabha, it was already conveyed to all the Member of Parliament, and Raj Sabha BAC today, it was conveyed to the Member of Parliament that because Prime Minister is not available this week because of his abroad travel schedule, next week Prime Minister is available. So on Tuesday, the debate on Operation Sindoor will begin at around from 12 p.m. around. It will begin on Tuesday next week in Raj Sabha. And in Lok Sabha as well, the debate on Operation Sindoor will begin in next week. The 16 hours has been allotted, and at the end of the discussion, Prime Minister will intervene and speak and make a statement on Operation Sindoor and on Pahalgam, because this is the topic which Prime Minister didn't leave. On the first day of the monsoon session itself, Prime Minister spoke about it, stating that how our country's 100% strike rate was on the terror camps or in Pakistan, destroying all the terror camps. Back to you.
Right. In fact, stay on with us, Harsha. We also have another breaking news, and this is about the meeting that is currently underway between the Speaker of Lok Sabha, Om Birla, and JP Nadda, and the Home Minister, Amit Shah, in the Speaker's office. So, Harsha, as we speak, there is an important meeting that is underway. There have been a round of meetings. There have been back-to-back meetings since yesterday, and now there's a meeting between Nadda, Shah, and Om Birla. What's on the agenda?
Yes, Rakshita, there's a very important meeting which is underway between Nadda, Amit Shah, and Om Birla. And the Speaker's office, this meeting is this meeting is underway because we very well know that now in the impeachment motion has been accepted by the Speaker Lok Sabha, and the panel has to be constituted together by Speaker and the Vice Chairman of the Raj Sabha, and the panel will constitute one CJI of Supreme Court, one judge of High Court, and also one eminent jurist. The three panel probe committee will be constituted, and because government has already accepted, and at the floor of the House, now impeachment motion has to be brought. Once the impeachment motion is at the floor of the House, immediately the probe panel will be constituted. So this entire meeting and huddle in the Parliament is happening to constitute a probe panel, because today, by tomorrow or day after, a probe panel has to be constituted. Parliament itself is unable to run in the monsoon session. This is the first week, third day of the monsoon session, but the scheme meeting is underway for the impeachment motion to be brought against Justice Verma.
Right, thanks so much for joining us, Harsha. In fact, just stay on with us. We have some more breaking news. In fact, we have more updates coming in. Kiran Rijiju also, we learn, had in fact, before meeting the Home Minister, held a meeting with the Speaker Om Birla in the Parliament after the Lok Sabha had adjourned. Now, government is working on forming probe panel committee. Okay, that's what Harsha was telling us about. This is pertaining to the impeachment of Justice Verma, and this is a panel formation that is underway, and we've seen that there are back-to-back meetings that are happening, as Harsha was giving us details of that. That is what we were saying, that she was telling us about, that the impeachment has been now, what we understand, there is this process that has been underway and it has been expedited. And this is the latest update we have. There have been back-to-back meetings. Now, what we know is that there is a huddle to form a probe panel for impeachment process, and there's a key meeting that has been underway for the impeachment. So that's the big update we have right now from the Parliament. And now we shift our focus to the other stories. In fact, former Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar made an unscheduled visit to Rashtrapati Bhavan around 9 p.m. Monday, where he submitted his resignation to President Dr. Modi, citing health reasons and medical advice. The resignation. So we are learning now, he went straight from the Parliament at 7 p.m. Inside details coming in. He went straight from the Parliament at 7 p.m. on Monday. He left for Raisina, that is the President's house, Raisina Hills, unannounced. What we understand from this information is that there was no appointment also that was really sought prior or earlier. He just made this decision, what we understand right now. Details of the unannounced visit and, of course, the surprise resignation, viewers, are coming in on the 21st of July. This is 21st of July, that is Monday. And on Monday, around after 7 p.m., he goes to Raisina Hills and he submits his resignation to President Draupadi Murmu. And there's no farewell speech, remember, that is now scheduled. There are a lot of political theories, there are a lot of conspiracy theories also doing the rounds, but what we know is that there are many unanswered questions that are leading to these speculations. And in fact, Chandrakala joins us live in the broadcast from the national capital. Chandrakala, we are getting in details now. It was something that happened all of a sudden. We understand there was no prior announcement made by Jagdeep Dhankhar, and after 7 p.m. in the evening sometime, he went straight to Rashtrapati Bhavan and submitted his resignation.
Well, yes, absolutely. A very sudden move by Vice President, former Vice President on this, because he has resigned on Monday. And of course, we know that an unscheduled visit to Rashtrapati Bhavan at 9 p.m. on Monday, which leaves us with a lot of questions. We have seen that a lot of speculation is underway right now as far as his resignation is concerned. That we know that a BAC meeting was scheduled where he was supposed to chair the BAC meeting, but it did not happen. Given the fact that JP Nadda and Kiran Rijiju did not skip, they did skip the meeting, and Nadda earlier has spoken to Vice President. He has informed the former Vice President that he's keeping the BAC meeting, and today the BAC meeting has taken place where the opposition has demanded that he should give a farewell speech, but of course that the farewell speech will not be given by the Vice President, the former Vice President, given the fact that he resigned mid-term. Well, a very shocking development. This comes after, I would say that his move comes after, right after the address being, of course, on the impeachment of Justice Verma. On the motion has been set when he was addressing on it, and right after that he gave a resignation. So a lot of speculation is currently underway. We are trying to track this development as to when and how. Of course, as we know that the Election Commission has definitely put out a circular as far as a new VP is concerned, and yes, we are currently tracking this development as we know that we are in front of his residence right now
Right.
to track as to if some movement could happen because, yes. A lot of sources are also saying that he could shift from here, but there is no such confirmation as to when and how, because a government bungalow would be allotted for his shifting from this particular residence, which was he shifted here in April. In April, as you could see, and we are right in front of the vice president, the former vice president's residence. Right at this moment, we are tracking this development, and we look forward as to what happened because.
Yes,
the sudden move comes at a time when the very crucial monsoon session is currently underway, and we know that there is no smooth functioning of the session as of now. So yes, the former vice president's resignation at one hand, and also on the other hand that the BAC meeting has called for a.
And in fact, there's no farewell speech that has been scheduled, and there is Congress. There is the opposition that is also batting for the farewell speech, and that's why there's a link also that is emerging that is much talked about. Also, given the fact that there was a call between Jairam Ramesh and Jagdeep Dhankhar before he submitted his resignation, that also, of course, is under lens. So that, of course, again adds to many questions that are leading up to this. Thanks so much for the meantime, Dhankhar, for joining us. In fact, just stay on with us. We'll try and get you those unanswered questions that we are raising right now on Republic TV about what really has happened, why those sequence of events are something that are really raising many questions, how he suddenly cites health reasons in the night after 9 p.m. this news breaks. But before that, Chandrakala, we know that he was completely fine on the first day of the monsoon session. And as you mentioned about the BAC, the BAC meeting that was scheduled, and then there was a call between Jairam Ramesh and also Jagdeep Dhankhar, and now we have the opposition, expressing concerns about his sudden exit, and are also batting for a farewell speech. The same opposition who had mocked Jagdeep Dhankhar and moved to impeach him.
Well, yeah, of course, this is there are like a lot of such speculation being made. There are also instances as far as in the past that might have triggered, and also the fact that he has somehow expressed displeasure over the fact that two of his ministers skipped a very important meeting on BAC, so that might have triggered his resignation. So there are a lot of speculation as of now being made, but we will definitely updating on this, and we are constantly tracking on this development, and the opposition is leaving no stone unturned as to what could have happened. And many leaders from the Congress party has said that this is a disrespect to the former vice president. Let me tell you that the former vice president has served for nearly 3 years now, because after addressing the deeply divided Rajya Sabha as a chairman, so it's a huge development for the entire nation that he suddenly resigned from his post. This leaves us with a lot of questions as to what could have happened. So we continue to track on this development. Over to you.
Right. Chandrakala, in fact, these are many questions that are looming right now about the sudden exit of a Vice President of India. And meanwhile, we also have information about the Election Commission also kickstarting the process of, the new Vice President of India. Any information on that? Because remember, there's going to be no farewell speech. That, of course, is also something that is, quite raising many questions. That's also under lens. But there is also now the process that is being kickstarted for who will be the new Vice President. The candidates have also to be shortlisted. Shambhavi, in fact, is also joining us. Chandrakala, stay on with us. We have Shambhavi joining us. Shambhavi, what are you picking up as far as Dhankhar's exit is concerned? What we know is that there is the process of electing the new Vice President is being kickstarted.
Well, what we know so far is this, that around 7 p.m. he left the parliament, Mr. Dhankhar left the parliament, and instead of returning home or following any known public schedule, he went straight to the president's residence, that's so unannounced. And then also say that the visit was not on the official calendar. And even top government officials were caught by surprise. So I would say that this sudden development has definitely sparked a way of speculation. We've seen even Congress or the opposition has been trying to come around with all kinds of speculation, associating the absence of top BJP leaders in the BAC meeting, or also saying that although it is very important to notice that Mr. Dhankhar's health hasn't been very good. Even this year, March, he was admitted in the hospital for a cardiac-related problem, and then he also fainted in a very public event. So, but the opposition has definitely said that they are speculating all kinds of things. And now, as per Article 66 of the Constitution, the ECI needs to begin the process of electing a new vice president. It is going to be very interesting to see who actually comes up, what names actually comes up. Back to you.
Right. In fact, Chandrakala also continues to be with us. Now, Chandrakala, there is this Congress link that has been under lens, and we continue to get our viewers more updates on that. We have some. We have listed out some questions, if you can play them out. We have some unanswered questions. There's some questions that are still looming about what really happened. And remember, yesterday also we brought you the entire sequence of events that, in fact, raised more suspicions that there's something more than what meets the eye. We'll keep a close eye. Thanks so much to our reporters, Shambhavi and Chandrakala. In the meanwhile, we shift our focus to the other stories. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney has dialed down expectations for a Canada-US trade deal by the 1st of August. After a closed-door meeting with the premiers, Carney says that getting a good deal is more important than rushing to meet a deadline, especially with US President Donald Trump's threat of 35% of tariffs looming. Here's the report.
Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney says that Canada won't rush or settle on a bad trade deal with the United States.
That depends. There's two sides to a deal. We will obviously we're working on behalf of Canadians, and we will agree a deal if there's one on the table that is in the best interest of Canadians, just as the United States will do in the look for the best interests of the U.S.
He says talks in Washington have been tough, with U.S. tariff threats up to 35%. But Canada, he says, has leverage and can afford to wait. Carney heads back to Washington soon for talks. But with the 1st of August deadline slipping, Canada's message is clear. No bad deal, quality over speed. Canada and the United States have been in a trade war since Trump took office in January, with tariffs and counter-tariffs hitting key sectors on both sides.
And now a debate in Bihar Assembly witnessed dramatic scenes today as Chief Minister Nitish Kumar interrupted the leader of opposition Tejasvi Yadav and questioned what did the Rashtriya Janata Dal, the RJD, the chief opposition party and his former ally, had done for the state. The subject of the debate was SIR, Special Intensive Revision of Voter Rolls in the poll-bound state, but the Chief Minister did not specifically address this issue. What's this report?
A fiery confrontation in the Bihar Assembly has spotlighted the growing political tension between Chief Minister Nitish Kumar and opposition leader Tejasvi Yadav as mounting criticism intensifies ahead of the 2025 elections.
लेकिन हम लोगों ने जितना काम किया है और उसी को लेकर के सब जगह चुनाव में जाएंगे और एक-एक बात बता देंगे और पहले कुछ था.
Nitish Kumar asserted that he made Lalu Prasad Yadav into a political force, indirectly referring to Tejasvi's legacy. He criticized the previous decade's governance, saying it allowed rampant lawlessness and underdevelopment.
अरे भाई जानते हो बच्चा न हो, अरे तुम तो बहुत बच्चे न थे, अब जानते हो पटना शहर में भी शाम में कोई निकलता था, कोई शाम में घर से बाहर जाता था.
Tejasvi struck back strongly. He called the Nitish government inefficient and described the Chief Minister as tired and retired, urging voters to seek change with fresh leadership. Tejasvi also warned of potential voter suppression via the Special Intensive Revision of Electoral Rolls, alleging systemic targeting of marginalized groups and migrant workers.
तो आप जब इलेक्शन कमीशन नहीं मान रहा है,
जब इलेक्शन कमीशन नहीं मान रहा कि कोई घुसपैठियां नहीं है, कोई भी, अरे भाई सुन लो ना,
आप अपनी बात कहिए ना, अपनी बात।
कोई बाहर, वही विदेशी के वोट से नरेंद्र मोदी प्रधानमंत्री बन गए। एलए ने कभी भी विदेशी नागरिकों के मामले चुनाव आयोग के सामने नहीं उठाए।
Tejasvi emphasized that Bihar needed a new vehicle, not a rickety old car, to move forward.
नहीं, ये गलत बात है, ये गलत बात है, कटिए आप, वीरेंद्र जी निकाल बाहर करेंगे आपको।
Meanwhile, indie bloc leaders across Bihar continue protests against the EC's sudden electoral roll revision, claiming it poses a threat to democratic participation for hundreds of thousands. With elections due later this year, Bihar's political narrative is being shaped by questions of legacy, governance, and electoral integrity. This showdown between Nitish and Tejasvi now sets the tone for a high-stakes campaign.
आप जानते हो पटना शहर में भी शाम में कोई निकलता था।
Prime Minister Modi has embarked on a two-day visit to the United Kingdom. Prime Minister will pay an official visit to the UK from the 23rd to the 24th of July. And in the second leg of his visit, he will undertake a state visit to Maldives from the 25th to 26th of July. Prime Minister also shared an update on social media saying that he is looking forward to talks with Prime Minister Keir Starmer and meeting King Charles III.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has embarked on a two-nation tour. His visit to the UK, scheduled from July 23rd to 24th, aims to strengthen bilateral ties between India and the United Kingdom. The highlight of Prime Minister Modi's visit will be the signing of the India-UK FTA, which has been under negotiation for 3 years. This agreement is expected to eliminate tariffs on 99% of Indian exports to the UK and reduce tariffs on 90% of British products.
The India-UK partnership, as you're aware, was upgraded to a comprehensive strategic partnership in 2021, and since then has seen regular high-level political exchanges, and both sides remain committed to taking this partnership to even higher levels.
According to the Ministry of External Affairs, Prime Minister Modi will hold wide-ranging discussions with his UK counterpart on the entire gamut of India-UK bilateral relations. He will hold wide-ranging talks with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, covering trade, defence, climate, innovation and education. He will also meet King Charles III. After the UK visit, Prime Minister Modi will travel to the Maldives between 25th and 26th July. He will be the guest of honour at the Maldives' 60th Independence Day celebrations. The Prime Minister is set to hold talks with President Mohammad Muizzu to strengthen bilateral ties and review progress on the India-Maldives joint vision for a comprehensive economic and maritime security partnership. The visit aims to reset and enhance India-Maldives relations, which has been strained in the recent past.
Hey viewers, but we tell you how Pakistan's Shaheen 3 long-range ballistic missile test has proved to be not at all ballistic. It has failed, and how. Damage patterns suggest propulsion malfunction or in-flight structural failure. And Akhilesh Yadav held a party meeting in Parliament's mosque with the party MPs. BJP leaders to stage protests against that today. We'll get you more on that. Stay tuned.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी। अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
really excited to be a part of Republic AI Pre-Summit on 25th of July, where we discuss India's AI lead, the innovation, the impact, and the future of artificial intelligence in shaping the new India.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates: IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur, and Amity University.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
This is Republic Jack Olival Studio. Stay tuned for all the live and breaking news updates. I'm Deepak Suresh Kumar. Let's get started.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDA चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDA चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
Prime Minister Modi embarks for 2-nation visit to United Kingdom and Maldives. First stop, United Kingdom. Election Commission kickstarts the process for the new Vice President of India to notify the political parties to nominate VP candidates soon. Government denies opposition's demand of farewell speech of former Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar. A 16-hour debate on Operation Sindoor has been scheduled for next week in Parliament. Prime Minister Modi to intervene in Operation Sindoor debate in both the houses. Air India CEO Campbell Wilson and DGCA DG Faiz Siddiqui have been called by Civil Aviation Secretary for a meeting. Air India CEO to submit detailed report on checks and maintenance of Boeing and Airbus. Akhilesh Yadav holds a party meeting in Parliament mosque with party MPs. BJP leaders to stage protest today. Pakistan Shaheen 3 long-range ballistic missile test fails. Damage patterns suggest propulsion malfunction or in-flight structural failure. Very good afternoon, viewers. You're watching live and breaking. I'm Rakshita Mishra with you. The Uttar Pradesh STF busted an illegal embassy operating in Ghaziabad, that is in National Capital Region. It has arrested Harshvardhan Jain, son of JD Jain, resident of KB 45 in Ghaziabad, resident of Ghaziabad, and several items have been recovered, including fake number plates of vehicles, 12 diplomatic passports, and cash worth around 44 lakh rupees. So, there has been cash that has been seized, luxury cars, there you see many cars, in fact luxury car has also been seized, the Mercedes there with the number plate and mentioning consul, and there are morphed photos that were used to dupe people. It was an illegal embassy that was functioning out of Ghaziabad. High-end cars and cash has been seized, and this man, Mr. Jain, was posing as a fake ambassador. We'll try and get you more updates on that, viewers. But these are the visuals that have come in after the UP STF busted this embassy. Soumya joins us live from outside this, from the residence, I believe. Soumya, tell us more updates that you're picking up. How was this man functioning and how many people have been duped?
Yes, Rakshita, so apparently the arrest happened yesterday. The Noida unit of the UP STF busted this fake embassy here in Kavinagar. KB 35 is the address of this particular place, wherein this individual named Harshvardhan Jain was operating this fake embassy. Apparently, he was running embassies of 4 fictitious micronations. I'll request my camera person to give you and our viewers a closer look. These plates that are outside from both the sides of this gate clearly mentions the name of the fictitious country, West Africa, and him posing as His Excellency HV Jain, meaning Harshvardhan Jain. On the other side, there's another golden plate which says Seborga, another country, another fictitious micronation, Seborga, and His Excellency HV Jain. Up there, there's a flag on the terrace of this residential address as well. So apparently this particular individual was operating this fake embassy for years now, had access to multiple high-end luxurious cars with diplomatic nameplates and flags as well, fake flags. He had morphed his images with the Prime Minister of India, the President of India, and also with senior dignitaries. He was operating from here. He was brokering deals for companies and individuals in the pretext of securing jobs, and also he was running Hawala rackets via shell companies. Now, when the arrest happened yesterday, the investigation led and revealed that he was also in connection with international arm dealers. Now, back in 2011, the STF found out that a case was registered here in Kavinagar police station against HV Jain, Harshvardhan Jain, when he was found in possession of illegal satellite phone back in 2011. Now, when the arrest was made yesterday, the sources within the STF have revealed that cash worth rupees 44,70,000 was found, foreign currencies are found, fake passports, fake PAN cards, among others, were recovered after the raid took place yesterday. Yeah, back to you, Rakshita.
Right, Soumya, thanks so much for joining us. In fact, Soumya got us an interaction with the neighbors also of Mr. Jain. Let's take a listen into what they had to say.
पाँच छः गाड़ियाँ इस मकान के आगे और उनके ऊपर ब्लू कलर का फ्लैग लगा हुआ था और ऐसा लगता था कि जैसे कोई इंस्टीट्यूशन का हो या कैसा हो। तो ये तो हम काफ़ी टाइम से देख रहे थे, यहाँ पे काफ़ी गाड़ियाँ यहाँ पे खड़ी हुई रहती थी इस मकान के आगे, लेकिन आवागमन लोगों का या इसमें आना जाना जो है वो इतना हमने नहीं ऑब्ज़र्व किया कि कोई लोग आ रहे हैं जा रहे हैं, लेकिन हमने गाड़ियाँ बहुत खड़ी देखी थी यहाँ पे 5-6 गाड़ियाँ, और उनके ऊपर एक फ्लैग, और उनका नंबर भी अजीब सा था, जैसे कोई आरटीओ जैसे गाज़ियाबाद का है या किसी उसका है, तो वो ऐसा लगता था जैसे कहीं बाहर का नंबर है या कुछ ऐसा नंबर है।
कितने साल से आपने कभी नोटिस किया कि कितने साल से ये सारी चीज़ें स्टार्ट हुई, कब से कास्ट थे?
काफ़ी टाइम से मैं ये ऑब्ज़र्व कर रहा हूँ, क्योंकि मेरा रेजिडेंस पास में ही है और मैं यहाँ से निकलता बढ़ता देखता था, तो हमको भी ऐसा लग रहा था कि जैसे कोई फॉरेनर शायद यहाँ आए हुए होंगे या रहते होंगे, ये उनकी गाड़ियाँ होंगी, लेकिन ऐसा कभी ऑब्ज़र्व नहीं हुआ कि भाई ये कोई ऐसा एम्बेसी का भी मामला हो सकता है, जैसे अब सुनने में आया है कि भाई यहाँ कोई एम्बेसी चल रही थी, लेकिन ये हमें सडनली जो है ये पता चला कि भाई यहाँ पर ऐसा हो रहा है। तो ये काफ़ी टाइम से था, मैंने देखा है, ऑब्ज़र्व किया है मैंने यहाँ।
ये फैमिली मेंबर्स को जानते हैं आप? कितने फैमिली मेंबर्स रहते थे इधर?
ये एक्चुअली क्या है, ये बड़ी कोठियाँ हैं, यहाँ पे सब लोग रिजर्व रहते हैं, और कोई फैमिली मेंबर्स हो तो हम किसी से परिचित नहीं है और ना ही है, कहते हैं ये।
और पुलिस स्टेशन भी काफ़ी पास में है, तो कभी क्या ये कभी पुलिस को और इन लोगों को कभी ये नहीं हुआ कि यहाँ पे ऐसी इन नंबर प्लेट्स की गाड़ियाँ क्या करिए?
नगर जो है पुलिस चौकी पास में ही है, यहाँ से मेरे हार्डली 500 मीटर 600 मीटर दूरी पर पुलिस चौकी है, और एक बहुत ही स्कूल भी पास है यहाँ पर, KDV स्कूल है यहाँ पास में ही है, और काफ़ी प्रोमिनेंट लोग रहते हैं यहाँ इस इलाके में, तो लेकिन कैसे जो है ये नहीं समझ में आया।
And we have some breaking news coming in right now. The Embassy of India in China has announced that starting from the 24th of July, Chinese citizens can apply for a tourist visa to visit India after completing an online application. That's the breaking news we have. Remember, this marks the first time since the suspension of visas in 2020 that India has resumed issuing tourist visas to Chinese citizens after a 5-year hiatus. Now, this is coming in after 2020, viewers. In wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, that India had suspended all the tourist visas in view of that pandemic, and China had also then suspended the visas to Indian citizens and other foreigners during the pandemic. However, those visa restrictions were lifted in 2022 for students and business travelers. Many Indian students were not allowed, however, to return for physical classes. Now, in April 2022 also, there was a notice by IATA which stated that all tourist visas for Chinese nationals will no longer be valid. So the decision is coming in that back then had come in for tit for tat, but now we can also, it could be perhaps looked at as thawing the ties, as we've seen between India and China. Earlier we saw how India and China had announced a breakthrough in their ties as well. Senior executive editor Abhishek Kapoor joins us on the broadcast. Abhishek, after 2020, we understand that there is this ban will be lifted. Can we read this as a thaw in Indo-China ties? I mean, there was a breakthrough earlier this year, withdrawal of troops from Depsang, Demchok. Now we have these tourist visas that are being now, the ban on that has been revoked. Abhishek. All right, we'll try and reconnect with Abhishek there on that. Both China, remember, in January had announced that it will resume direct commercial flights between Beijing and New Delhi also. And that's another latest update we have, that India will now be resuming tourist visas for Chinese citizens. And we have breaking news coming in right now. Karnataka government will launch a fresh caste and socio-economic survey from the 22nd of December. Covering the entire population of 7 crore people in the state. Around 1.65 lakh enumerators will be deployed and data will be collected digitally through mobile apps. The survey aims to eliminate caste discrimination and guide future welfare policies. Chief Minister Siddharamaiah says that the final report is expected by end of October. So there will be a caste survey from September. Smita joins us live on the broadcast from Republic Kannada newsroom. So the caste survey, Smita, is all set to begin from the 22nd of September, and there will be more than 1 lakh enumerators also deployed. Tell us more about what's really behind this survey and how is it going to be carried out.
Actually, technically, this can be called as resurvey because we already have in the state of Karnataka, there is the survey, which is actually the socio-economic and educational survey conducted 10 years before, which the sitting Chief Minister Siddaramaiah was adamant to be implemented. But his own party members, including Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar and many prominent castes in Karnataka opposed, saying that that survey was not scientifically conducted, and also there were a lot of confusion regarding the numbers of the prominent castes, the population of the castes mentioned in the survey. But Siddaramaiah was very adamant. He openly had told that in his regime he will definitely make that old 10-year-old survey implemented in the state. But the Congress High Command, previously when both Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivakumar met the High Command leaders of Congress in Delhi, it was a command by the Congress High Command to conduct a resurvey. It may also be because of D.K. Shivakumar pressure on the High Command to not to accept the previous survey, but the High Command clearly had told to resurvey, and now the Karnataka state government is all set to conduct this resurvey, which will start from September 22nd and will end by October 7. 15 days of short period is the tenure given for this survey, but the state government is all confident that this time there will not only be the manual survey, door-to-door survey, but also mobile application will be launched where the people can register their caste and the subcaste by their own.
Right, Smita, thanks so much for joining us with those details coming in from Bengaluru. Viewers, we have some breaking news coming in from the national capital now. Meeting between Lok Sabha and JP Nadda and the Home Minister in Speaker's office has now concluded. So that's a very important meeting that was underway just a while ago. And now we understand that it has been concluded. My colleague Harsha will be joining us to get us more details on that. We must remember the impeachment motion against impeachment of Justice Verma is one of the most important topics that is being discussed in these meetings, what we understand. And now this meeting between JP Nadda, Amit Shah and Om Birla has concluded. And that's the breaking news we have right now. Remember, earlier there was another meeting which we understood that there will be Operation Sindoor statement by the Prime Minister on Operation Sindoor in both houses of the Parliament. And this is on day 3 of the monsoon session that we are getting in. Back-to-back developments and updates from that. And there have been meetings in the national capital. The latest one has just concluded. Viewers, now we shift our focus to what's other activities that are happening in the Parliament. And this is from the Parliament's mosque. Uttarakhand Waqf Board Chairperson Shadab Shams accused Samajwadi Party President Akhilesh Yadav of using the mosque on the Parliament Street in New Delhi for a political meeting and demanded an apology from him, saying it had hurt Muslim sentiments. Now this is as he was reacting to pictures shared by SP MP Dharmendra Yadav on X, in which Akhilesh Yadav can be seen sitting along with several party MPs, including his wife, an MP, Dimple Yadav, party MP from Rampur, Maulana Mohibullah Naqvi, and Sambal MP Shafiqur Rahman Barq inside the mosque. You have the pictures of that. And this is, of course, under scan. In fact, the BJP has also planned to protest against this. BJP has slammed the quote-unquote mosque politics of Samajwadi Party, saying that it exposes the mindset of Akhilesh Yadav. Take a listen into what reactions are coming in on that.
जो बीजेपी के लोग हैं, मुझे तो हैरानी होती है और एक तरह से कहूँ तो हंसी आती है कि वो लोग कह रहे हैं कि समाजवादी पार्टी मस्जिद की धार्मिक की राजनीति कर रही है। वो लोग अपने गिरबान में झांके, ये राजनीति वही करते हैं और वही काफ़ी है इस प्रकार की राजनीति करने के लिए। हम धर्म की राजनीति नहीं करते, हम हक और इंसाफ की सच की राजनीति करते हैं। जहाँ तक मीटिंग का मसला होता है, मैं पूछना चाहता हूं कि अगर हमें मीटिंग करने के लिए क्या हमारे लिए कोई जगह कम पड़ गई है संसद के अंदर? हमारे पास क्या कोई स्थान बाहर नहीं है पार्टी कार्यालय का? क्या
जिस तरह से सारे सांसद वहां पर गए, कहा जा रहा है कि पार्टी मीटिंग के लिए इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, वोट बैंक की राजनीति कर रहे हैं अखिलेश।
ये बताइए, मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूं, अगर आप इन्वाइट करें अपने घर पर या अपनी कोई संस्था पर, अपनी कार्यालय पर, तो क्यों मना करेगा? मोहिबुल्ला साहब ने उन्होंने इन्वाइट किया था हम राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष अखिलेश यादव जी को कि वहाँ बुलाने के लिए, तो उस मकसद से वहाँ पे हमारे नेता माननीय अखिलेश जी विजिट करने के लिए गए थे। मीटिंग करने का कोई औचित्य नहीं है, ये सिर्फ मुद्दा बनाने की बात है और रही बात ये मस्जिद के सम्मान की बात, हम भी करते हैं, कहीं कोई गलत नहीं चीज़ होनी चाहिए। इस प्रकार से जो लोग उंगली उठा रहे हैं, मैं उनसे ये आखिरी बात आपसे कह के ख़त्म करना चाह रहा हूँ, जो उंगली उठा रहे हैं उनसे पूछिए, जब मसाजिद को, मदारिस को ये बीजेपी सरकार निशाना बनाती, तब कहाँ ये लोग जाके छुप जाते।
आखिरी सवाल है कि भाजपा जो है जुम्मे के दिन प्रदर्शन करना चाहती है मस्जिद के बाहर, उन्होंने कहा है कि हम इस मुद्दे को उठाएंगे, ये सब नहीं अलाउ किया जाएगा।
जो ये चीज़ कह रहे हैं, मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ, तो फिर उन लोगों को भी इस चीज़ के लिए फिर सुनिश्चित करना चाहिए पूरे प्रदेश और देश के अंदर, जहाँ पर धार्मिक स्थल के अंदर अगर कोई धर्म का नेता चाहे मंदिर के अंदर भी जा रहा है, तो उनको सब जगह उन पर भी राजनीति के ऊपर रोक लगानी चाहिए, उसके बाद में फिर इस प्रकार का सवाल खड़ा कर सकते हैं।
And we have my colleague Gopi joining us live on the broadcast from New Delhi. Now, Gopi, of course, this is becoming really, really political. I mean, there is no understanding. I mean, there's no explanation of sorts from what really caused, what really led to, Akhilesh Yadav hold a meeting, not any party office, but hold a meeting in the mosque. And now BJP is saying that this is just the mindset of Samajwadi Party that is on full display.
Well, in fact, Rakshita, if you look at this particular story, there are two, sides of this story. One is wherein BJP is claiming, we have been seeing since morning that Jamal Siddiqui, the minority Morcha president, had also mentioned about this particular event that happened at this mosque, wherein the Samajwadi Party Supremo, along with other Samajwadi Party leaders were there. And also on other hand, if you see, Mobibullah Nadwi, who is now the parliamentarian from Rampur constituency, also has a say in the Delhi Waqf board. So if you talk about this particular mosque, it is Mobibullah Nadwi who had in fact invited the Samajwadi Party leaders there for tea. That is what Samajwadi Party is claiming. While if you look at it from the other side, what BJP is claiming is that this was a proper meeting, party meeting, which was held by the Samajwadi Party leaders. Well, in fact, we have spoken to a few BJP leaders. We have been speaking to a few leaders since morning. They have said that Samajwadi Party has in fact used a religious space as their political space, and all of them have in fact condemned this action of Samajwadi Party Supremo. While also, if you look at the stills and pictures which have surfaced online, you would see that there are certain ethics which needs to be maintained in a religious space. Even that have been questioned time and again by many leaders throughout the day. So yes, political religious space being used as a political space is a complete no, as said by a few of the BJP leaders, as well as other leaders who have raised question towards using mosque as a political space. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Gopi, for joining us with those details coming in. Viewers, in fact, Shahnawaz Hussain of the BJP has also reacted to this development. Listen in.
कि इसकी जितनी निंदा की जाए कम है। समाजवादियों ने क्या मस्जिद पे कब्जा कर लिया है? दिल्ली वक्फ बोर्ड उस मस्जिद का मैनेजमेंट देखती है, और जो इमाम हैं वो दिल्ली वक्फ बोर्ड के ज़रिए नियुक्त हैं, लेकिन वो सांसद हो गए। तो सांसद हो गए तो क्या समाजवादियों की मीटिंग होगी मस्जिद के अंदर? कहीं से भी ये स्वीकार नहीं। मस्जिद के अंदर जिस तरह बैठक की है, मस्जिद का भी अपमान किया, और मस्जिद को राजनीति का अड्डा बनने नहीं दिया जाएगा। इसके लिए समाजवादियों को माफ़ी मांगनी चाहिए और कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए।
Now, viewers, we will be getting you a quick look of more stories from coming across the country. This is Bharat in 1 minute.
Bharat 1 minute brought to you by Canara Bank. Together we can.
Supreme Court will form a special bench to hear Justice Yashwant Verma's challenge against a panel that indicted him after a large cash recovery at his home. Senior advocate Govt, appearing for Justice Verma, sought an urgent hearing of the matter. Justice Verma denies wrongdoing and calls the case a conspiracy. In the Ajit Kumar custodial death case, a doctor from Tirupuvanam Government Hospital was today summoned by the CBI in Madurai for questioning as the central agency intensifies its probe. Early on Tuesday, the Madras High Court ordered the Tamil Nadu government to pay 25 lakh rupees as interim compensation to Ajit's family. The Ministry of Home Affairs will move out of Delhi's iconic North Block as part of the Central Vista revamp. It will shift to a new common Central Secretariat building with over 300 rooms allocated. Once vacated, North and South blocks will be converted into national museums under the Yuge Yugin Bharat project. Coming in right now, another case of conversion has been now busted. Another conversion racket has been busted after Balarampur in Uttar Pradesh. It is western UP's Agra, where this another case of conversion racket is emerging from. The main accused, Abdul Rahman, has been sent to 10 days of police custody. It has found that 2 girls had gone missing, and further probe led to the arrest of 10 individuals from Kolkata. And on the 19th of July, they were presented before the court and they were sent to 10 days of police custody. Now, in the same investigation, another accused, Abdul Rahman, was arrested. Interrogation of the accused arrested from different states and their social media accounts have revealed an important, a significant thing. What we're learning is that in order to brainwash the 2 sisters who were converted, just like many other Hindus, information and videos about Islam and the doomsday, Qayamat, was sent to them. A special type of literature was prepared to tell how one can go closer to Allah by converting to Islam. And before conversion, it was told to these girls, they were brainwashed, saying that the doomsday would come on the day when the whole world would give up their religion and accept Islam. Another propaganda video had emerged, pictures of democracy.